Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, you're going to watch me launch a $10,000 a month brand scaling agency using only AI, okay? I'm going to launch a brand scaling agency from absolute zero to ready to sell in minutes using nothing but AI tools, right? So we're gonna be opening up ChatGPT, we're gonna be building the website live, writing the scripts live, setting up automations, literally everything is gonna be shown in this video, okay? And by the end of this, you'll watch me have a real agency that can sign $5,000 clients. So without further ado, let's get straight into this, okay? And the math that we're trying to achieve here is very simple. We are trying to get to $10,000 a month with our brand scaling agency, okay? Now, the average client retainer we're shooting for is anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a month. The clients needed for that $10,000 is anywhere from 2 to 3 clients. And the realistic time frame should be anywhere from 30 to 60 days, a month to 2 months maximum, okay? It could definitely be done a lot sooner. I've seen my own students go and do it within their first couple of weeks, first month. Other people I've seen online do it in 6 months time. You know, it really just comes down to how much input you put every single day into brand scaling. If you're putting the hours in every single day, you're going to achieve this $10,000 mark a lot sooner, especially with all the resources I'm going to be sharing with you in this video, okay? Now, 2 clients at $5,000 a month, if you bag those, $10,000 a month, as simple as that, okay? Two people, you're making an insane amount of money, like life-changing money off of this business model, okay? And I know it sounds unrealistic to get a $3,000 to $5,000 a month retainer, but if you do everything I'm going to show you in this video, it's 100% doable. So without further ado, let's move on to the next part. Obviously, that is our target, and this video is going to show you how to build everything to get to this point in under an hour, okay? Now, what a brand scaling agency actually is, you're not going to necessarily be building websites all the time. You're not going to be a full-on social media manager. You're going to be running paid ads that generate leads and or sales for service-based businesses or e-commerce. Doesn't really matter, just depending on whatever niche you end up choosing at the end of the day. And they're going to pay you monthly because you're literally printing money for them, right? Think about this, for example. Let's say you come to a business and you're making them $20,000 additional every single month off ads. You're going to need a kickback off that, right? It makes sense. And you want to get paid relatively good for doing so because they didn't have that money in the first place if it wasn't for you, okay? So it's literally just going to be you, Meta Ads Manager, and literally AI doing 80% of the work. And I mean 80%, because everything I'm about to show you right now is just absolutely game changing. I've never even shown this before on YouTube, so you guys are getting some serious sauce, okay? Now, the next part is actually picking your niche, right? The niche decision framework is very simple. Do they already spend money on ads? Yes or no? This is going to be one of 2 outcomes. You're going to have a lot easier close if they understand how paid ads work, or it's going to be a lot of a more difficult close if they're uneducated and they don't know how paid ads work, because you have to explain it to them all over again. You have to educate them. It's just a process, right? And the average customer value will convert into the client's budget, right? If you have a under $500 LTV, it's going to be harder to justify that $3,000 plus retainer. If it's anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000, you can easily make a $3,000 to $5,000 retainer work, right? And $5,000 plus, $5,000 to $10,000 retainer is possible all day and night, right? Now, I'm going to spit some serious game right now that I've literally never talked about. Once again, this video is just full of gems. So I'm going to give you guys niches that I personally recommend and handpicked for this video for anybody to use. Doesn't matter who you are, anything like that. These are some of the best niches I'm recommending to you guys, okay? The first one is a female niche that is extremely untapped into. Overall, anything in the female realm is not tapped to at all whatsoever, okay? You cannot find a brand scaler on social media right now that is tapped into specifically female niches, and that's a problem. If you are a man, if you're a female, it doesn't matter. If you're watching this video, you should take advantage of what I'm about to share with you right now, okay? Med spas, aesthetic clinics, things like that, Botox, lip filler, hair, nails, eyelashes, eyebrows, all that like cosmetic stuff is something where there's so much money being made in it and nobody's tapped into that niche. Believe it or not, I'm actually personally tapping into some of these niches right now. I know it's crazy because I'm a guy, but guess what? There's money in it, okay? So to be honest with you, at the end of the day, if I see that there's money in it, I'm going to go dive in head first. And I think there's a lot of you guys that should get into this as well because nobody's talking about this. This is the first time I've ever seen it been mentioned in a video, including in my own videos as well. Okay. The second thing is auto detailing. This is a very common one. Some people might say it's saturated or too many people are doing it. I think they're full of shit because, to be honest with you, detailing is one of the easiest things to get responses out of. And if you make them a good offer, which I'm also going to be structuring out in this video with AI with you guys, it's easily doable. And you could sign a lot of these, even if you don't get necessarily that 3 to 5 clients, but you have maybe more so like 10 at $1,000 a month, it still makes sense and you're still hitting that goal, and you can still do it within that 30 to 60 day time frame, right? The next one is high ticket gyms and trainers. Another one that I'm seeing commonly is like these high ticket gyms, trainers, stuff like that, or also a really untapped niche that I don't really see anybody talking about. Another one, luxury barbers, okay? More so barber shops, I feel like, to be honest with you, rather than individual barbers, because everybody goes and gets a haircut. It's a reoccurring thing. You're always going to go back to the same barber. So it's going to build pretty much monthly recurring revenue for the barber shops and or barbers if they provide a good service, right? And obviously if your ad is done properly and they get intrigued, they come in, they get a haircut, they like it, they want to come back again. It's going to build that business consistent revenue and consistent clients. And they're going to love that, and they're going to pay really, really good money for it. In my recommendation, I would do more so barbershops and specifically barbers, but people that just do like really, really nice haircuts, hairstyling, stuff like that, anything in the kind of hair niche is still something really untapped and that a lot of people need to start getting into. The next one is local service. So HVAC, roofing, painting, all of those, these are the gems right here, okay? If you can bag one of these clients right here, you can comfortably easily get away with a $3,000 to $5,000 a month retainer and or more. 100% all day and night. I could tell you right now, me personally, myself, I have a couple HVAC clients. I have a painting client. I have a couple like house maintenance ones, landscaping, stuff like that. These are gems because they print money if done correctly with ads, because their ticket is a lot higher than all of these ones right here, okay? So local service, these are the niches I recommend if you are going to get started. If you're unsure of what niche you want to choose, we're going to be getting into that here in a little bit, okay? Now, my focus is currently service-based businesses as well as a little bit of e-com on the side. My average retainer is anywhere from absolute low end, $3,000 to $5,000 a month, okay? Of course, I do have a small client here and there that's maybe $1,500 a month where we do just do basic ads for them, but primarily it's like, I guess the average ticket is around $3,000 a month and upwards, right? So the launch pad is going to be number one, which is going to be your business identity. Okay, so now we are on ChatGPT, okay? And there's a few things we're going to be doing while we're here. The first one is finding our agency name, okay? We don't want it to sound too generic, too whatever, right? The second one is we're going to try to find the niche if you do not find one above, okay? I still highly recommend the ones above. I'm being brutally honest with you guys, but for now, we're just going to say in the case that you didn't like one of those and you want to go with something else, we're going to go to that right now. Now, the third thing is going to have our actual offer and who we are targeting, okay? Now, what I highly recommend if you want to make serious money with brand scaling is you want to dial it down to one niche, okay? You guys see me on social media. I have like so many different niches I branch out to, but that's because I have a full on team and I've been doing this for 2 years now. So we are able to do that and we have the experience to do so, okay? What I would like you guys to do is find one niche and stick with it, okay? So that's exactly what we're gonna do. I'm going to copy and paste this prompt right here. You can pause the video and do it the exact same thing yourself, okay? I'm starting a brand scaling agency that run meta ads for niche, and you can input whatever niche you want here. I'm going to do something that's a little bit more of a higher ticket niche because I tend to realize that like car detailing, stuff like that, you're probably gonna be able to get away with a couple of $1,000 retainers, but nothing in the higher ticket niche. So in this case, let's do something for like home remodeling, right? Or like home improvement. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I have a home improvement kind of niche, landscaping, painting, stuff like that. I want to target specifically those niches. Okay. And I wanted to generate 10 business names that sound premium, but not too corporate. And also write a 2-sentence positioning statement on what we are going to offer for businesses. I'm going to click this arrow. I'm going to give it 5 seconds and we're already good. Okay. So as you can see, it's already known the name Scalable. I actually got that name from ChatGPT, believe it or not. It's such a sick name. So premium agency names here, you have a whole bunch of different names: Forge Growth, Summit Client, Elevate Leads, True North, Blueprint Growth, Prime Scale, Iron Peak, Craft Growth, Peak Flow. Okay. I'm going to sit here and find one with you guys right now. And I kind of like Apex Leads, or Apex Lead Co. Prime Scale, Blueprint Growth. I think I'm going to do Apex Leads. Yeah, let's do Apex Leads. So that's what I'm going to stick with. For this video, I'm going to do Apex Lead Co. I'm just going to call it Apex Leads or Apex Marketing or something like that. We'll figure that out shortly. But it feels high-end and performance-based while still approachable. Okay. Now, our 2-sentence positioning statements is we help improvement companies like painters, landscapers, and contractors generate consistent high-quality leads using Facebook and Instagram marketing. Our advertising focuses on predictable client acquisition so owners can focus on delivering great work while we keep the pipeline full. Very simple. There's a couple other options here. But in this case, I'm going to say, let's do Apex, but to make a clean name with agency in it. So we're going to do Apex. I think like, we do like maybe Apex agency, Apex growth agency. Apex. I like Apex acquisition. I like that. We're going to do Apex acquisition. I like that a lot. I seen that down here. So what we're going to be doing now, we have our name, and that is going to be Apex acquisition. All right. 2 A's. I think it's kind of cool. I think I can even branch a logo off of that. All right. So we'll get to that here in a second. But as you can see, it's maybe taking me a few minutes here. I figured out exact name. I figured out the niches I want to target, which was home remodeling / like home improvement, landscaping, painting, roofing, HVAC. The list goes on and on. Right. So that is what we're going to target. We have the name. And we have our positioning statement of who we are trying to target and what we're trying to do for them. Now it's time to move on to the next step. And I'm sure you guys can see how fast that was done, which is absolutely insane. So let's move on to the next stuff because this stuff is going to go into some serious sauce here in a second. So actually, before we leave ChatGPT, there's a couple more things I want to add in here. And that's going to be actually having a 1-page offer document for a brand scaling agency, include a 7-day trial, client pays, ad spend only. What's included is a monthly retainer, $3,000 to $5,000, deliverables, and a guarantee. Keep it simple and benefit focused. Okay. One of the most important things here, guys, is offering 7-day free trials. Okay. This is how you're going to build that trust with the clients, and they're eventually going to want to actually work with you long term. All right. That is what I stand by. That is what I preach because I still think it works. A lot of my students have seen results with it. A lot of people that watch my YouTube videos have commented and saying that they've seen insane results from just doing 7-day free trials and then signing them on monthly retainers. Okay. So the next thing we want to do now is create a 1-page offer document for our brand scaling agency. My agency name is Apex Acquisition, include a 7-day free trial. Cool. Apex Acquisition. Here we go. So helps home improvement companies like painters, landscapers, remodelers, and contractors. Yeah, we already went over the 7-day free trial, monthly retainer. What's included: campaign setup, ad creation, lead generation, campaign management, reporting, deliverables, our guarantee. Okay, cool. Next steps. Look, guys, the cool thing about this is you can say, I want you to make this in a doc format that I can download. Okay, so instead of just copy and pasting that from ChatGPT, I'm actually going to ask it to make a full-on document for us so we can then download that and then send that to any of our clients that are interested in working with us in the future. And of course, we'll polish this a little bit more, but we still just want to get a general idea of who we are, who we're trying to target, what we offer essentially, right? That makes sense because we're going to be talking all these business. We need to have something and a clear game plan of what we're trying to do. So we can click download the doc here. It'll take a second. It says starting download. As you can see, there it is. Apex Acquisition Offer Doc has now been downloaded and added onto my computer, which is awesome. So it tells me exactly what we've done now. So let's move on to the next step. So the next step is very simple, and that is the trial system that I mentioned earlier, okay? And this is how you're gonna actually close clients without any sort of prior experience, okay? You're not gonna sell them on any sort of promises like, we promise we're gonna get you 30 leads in 30 days or blah, blah, blah. No, you want to actually sell them on that trial and the results you generate in that trial for them, okay? 7 days, they just pay the ad spend, that's literally it, and then you handle everything for them. You're going to generate the leads, they see the proof in that, you lock in the retainer, and then it removes all risk for them, okay? And this is going to get you real case studies because whether they end up moving forward with you or not, you're still gonna be able to get those results in that 7-day time, and you can actually start posting those on social media and make some content to get some inbound leads, which we'll talk about later in this video, okay? So this is what I call the trial to retainer flow. So what you're going to do here, okay, is you're going to cold call, cold DM, do any sort of outreaching. You're going to get them onto a book call. You're going to pitch them on that 7-day free trial. They cover maybe $30 to $50 a day ad spend, low end for both service-based businesses and e-com. You don't want to really do anything less than $30 a day for either of them. It doesn't matter, okay? You're going to run ads for them in that 7 days. You're going to generate anywhere from 10 to 30 leads, depending on whatever niche it is. It's perfectly fine if you don't generate this amount. Obviously, the higher ticket the niche is for however much the service is or the product, it's going to be a lot more expensive to actually acquire those leads. So you might not actually get that amount. You might get less. But honestly, I think most businesses are just looking for new business coming through the doors, so they're not going to be upset if you miss it by a couple, right? So the screenshot proof here is you're going to do your cost per lead and dashboard, and you could really just present that to them and say, hey, look, let's hop onto a closing call and present a $3,000 to $5,000 a month retainer, okay? Obviously, it has to make sense for them to close the leads that you provided for them, so make sure that you really are in depth on your lead forms and the ad actually looks solid, which once again, we'll go into later in this video, but I just want to kind of say that now as an early preference, okay? And then now once you've actually presented it to them and you do good enough sales skills, which we'll make another video on, is you're actually going to lock in that client and you already have your first $3,000 to $5,000 a month retainer just like that. Okay, guys. Now, the trial mechanics here are very simple, which I mentioned before. The 7 days maximum. You literally just don't want to do anything longer than a 7-day free trial, being brutally honest with you. I've seen people do a month trial, 2 month trial, and it's like, dude, you're working for completely free with the chance of not even knowing if they're going to commit or not. And that is a worry, okay? You need to be cautious on your own side because there will be, unfortunately, business owners that want to take advantage of you. It is the truth at the end of the day. I know it's unfortunate. I know no one wants to talk about this, but there are going to be business owners that will use you for the 7 days, get the results, kick you off, or just not want to work with you, okay? The best way to avoid this is just building the kind of connection between them personally, talking to them one-on-one, giving them updates, communicating with them, and really just delivering a whole bunch of value that they couldn't really do on their own, okay? So the ad spend at that time, like I mentioned before, anywhere from $30 to $50 a day, and the client pays Meta directly, so they're not paying you. They're going to have a card on file, and your cost is zero on this, all right? What you've maybe done is use ChatGPT. I guess necessarily your really only cost is maybe $20 a month, I think it is, for ChatGPT. And your close rate would hopefully be anywhere from 20 to 30% of trials to convert those into retainers, which is a pretty fair percentage depending on how good you are actually with sales. That is going to affect it. You could do 50%, you could do more, you could do less. It just really depends on how you propose your offer, the value you're going to be giving for them, and just handling any sort of objections, right? Number 3 is going to be DM scripts and outreach templates, which we're going to be heading over to ChatGPT right now. And we're also going to be generating out some DM scripts for us and our outreach templates so that we can start doing some easy cold outreach to acquire potential people that we can hop on meeting and do this entire trial to retainer flow. So without further ado, let's jump into that. So we are still in the same chat as earlier where we made the name, the document, everything we pretty much needed to get started. And the last thing we're going to need is actually have some DM openers for the niches, obviously. I'm going to say to my niche, because in this case, we already figured out our niche, which is going to be like home improvement. About running meta ads, keep it under 15 words, casual tone, no salesy language. Also write 3 message follow-up sequences if they don't reply, okay? So the way to actually get these people into the trial to retainer flow is obviously doing outreach every single day, right? You need to have some unique openers. You need to have some follow-up sequences, because if not, you're going to be like literally everybody else in brand scaling, and you're not going to make money because you're using the same copy and paste stuff as everybody else. You need to be unique. That is the only way you're going to make money with brand scaling. So now in the same chat that we are in with our agency name, we have our offer sheet, we have a whole bunch of other goodies in there. Now we're going to paste this in here, okay? Once again, if you want to copy this, just pause the video, write 6 Instagram DM openers for outreaching for my niche businesses about running meta ads, okay? I'm gonna paste this in here. I'm gonna give it 10 seconds. Home improvement already knows that, like I said before. Quick question, are you currently getting jobs from Facebook and Instagram ads? That's a very simple one that works great. I usually use this on my own, actually. Do most of your jobs come from referrals or online leads? Hey, curious, are you running any sort of Facebook ads for your business right now? You can have these ones. These are kind of like the openers, okay? This is where it's going to start that conversation between you and the business owner, because it's still talking a little bit about Facebook and Instagram ads, so they might get a little bit turned off, but it asks them a question, because it's not always pertaining that you're trying to sell them right off the bat. And to be honest with you, you can use kind of these more like less salesy ones, like the saw your page. Are you looking to get more homeowner leads this month, right? Quick one, do you guys get many jobs from Instagram yet? Just stuff like that, right? So there's 6 openers right there that are very solid. And to be honest with you, what I really recommend as well, just to make it even better, is, I'm not gonna lie with you guys, ChatGPT likes to add these little dashes right here. I'd highly recommend just talking to ChatGPT and telling them to remove these from that, because a lot of people that use ChatGPT are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. This little dash right here is a common sign that it was generated in ChatGPT, and if people think that there's any sort of AI involved into this, they might get a little bit turned off. So our goal is to literally kind of sneak by them by doing a whole bunch of AI work for them without them really knowing, right? So the follow-up sequence if they don't reply is, hey, just checking in, didn't want my message to get buried. Out of curiosity, are you opening to getting more homeowners leads if they were consistent? The final one is, no worries if not, just thought I'd ask since we've been helping similar businesses get more jobs. It kind of builds that kind of like follow point of, oh yeah, we've already been working with other business. It kind of builds some sort of I guess trustworthiness that you've worked with other companies before. Just be careful on this one, because if you don't have any sort of results, it kind of might bite you in the ass. So you just want to be very careful on this last final one, maybe even reword it up a little bit. In this situation, I do have results, but since we are starting from scratch, I do want to kind of be safe on that side. So we have our DM openers, we have our follow-up sequence, we have all that sort of good stuff. And before obviously sending the DMs, it says to like 2 to 3 of their posts, which is kind of like a little outreach tip, which is kind of cool. I think it kind of builds a little bit more personality towards it too, and a little bit more like we care about them rather than just shooting them a fast DM and just trying to sell them. So yeah, make it a little bit more personalized. And honestly, this is some really solid stuff right here. This is going to get us easily on our way to landing that first meeting, hopefully closing them, landing that 7-day trial, and then going from there. Okay. All right, guys. So we are on the next part, which is actually creating our agency website. All right. Now, the cool thing about this is also very affordable. And another, I guess, second to this is this website can not only build you an agency website, but it can build your clients' websites too. And guess what? You can also do with this, kind of as a side note, is you can charge your clients to build them websites, anywhere from $500 or more, okay? And you can create it with AI. And it takes maybe 15, 20 minutes maximum. And like I said, I think the plan for Lovable is, I think, $30, $40 a month. And you can connect it to domains and stuff like that. So it works as a fully functional website. So what we're going to do now is build an agency website using Lovable. And like I said, I've used this before for some of my other clients, and they even have templates and stuff that you can use. And dude, this is just a cheat code. Some people don't even know about this, but I'm putting you guys on some serious game, okay? So give me one sec while I actually get a good script for this, and I'm gonna paste this in here so you guys can also copy that and use it for yourself as well. Okay, so here's the script I'm using. So I'm saying brand scaling agency for local service businesses, meta ad specialists offer a 7-day free trial, include testimonial section, case studies, and a contact form where they can obviously apply to work with you, okay? So obviously it's just kind of like a pasted one I have set aside. So I'm gonna say I do home improvement. I'm gonna say like painting, roofing, landscaping, etc. Okay, that is what we do. You can maybe opt out of the 7-day free trial, but like I said, if you really want to build this up as fast as possible, I recommend you just kind of leave it. So this is ready to build. I pasted my script here. You guys can copy this. Once again, pause the video, take a screenshot, copy and paste the text, slap this right into your Lovable, and you're going to build yourself a sexy agency website. So let's get into that, okay? So boom, I just clicked the start button. It's going to give me notifications if it wants to let me know when it's done. You can opt in for that or not. To be honest with you, this is a little bit longer than obviously ChatGPT because it's reviewing everything you have, okay? And actually another thing I'm going to recommend really quickly is I'm actually going to throw in, let's go back really quickly. I'm going to throw in this script right here that I just did before. I want to throw in that document. I'm going to throw in that document right here. I also listed a offer doc to make things easier. I wanted to kind of come back to that because I know we already have that offer doc, which is pretty simple and kind of explains what we do a little bit more, which we generated in ChatGPT. Another thing too is in this script, it's not necessarily going to say your agency name, but this says Apex Acquisition. So that should be good. But if not, make sure to include your agency name in there, because if not, it's just going to make some random agency website without your name. So let's copy and paste that. Now we have that all ready to go, and we're going to send that off. Now, like I mentioned before, this is going to take a little bit longer than ChatGPT because it's going through our offer doc, it's going through the script, and individually composing a website for us for what we like, okay? And the good thing about this is it's fully customizable. You can change the colors, you can change fonts, you can change the format, you can change it if you want to look modernized, make it look older. It does not matter. All of it can be done within Lovable, which is literally the beauty of all this. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is wait around for a few minutes, and I'll come back once the website is complete and show you guys how it looks and kind of go from there. So, okay guys, so it looked like it just completed the website for us. And I got to say, this actually looks pretty solid. It's been about, I did this at 10:44 a.m. It is currently 10:49. So it took 5 minutes for it to make this website. Stop guessing, start booking. We scale home improvement brands to 100K months via meta ads. Okay, I like this. This is really neat. This is actually really nice. I like this right here, actually. Claim your 7-day free trial. Takes it straight to the lead form. I like that. I like that a lot. Looks really good. Case studies. Okay. I like this. This looks really good, actually. I can't really say I don't like anything about this. I think it looks good. I think it looks really good. It has some good numbers here. It looks relatively clean. And honestly, I think I'm just going to rock with this. I don't really have much to complain about here. I do like how when you click your 7-day free trial, it takes you right to a lead form. And I'm assuming once you fill this out, it'll just go right to your email, which is really, really cool. Oh, nice. And it even says if you don't generate at least $1,200 in book job value within the first 30 days, we refund your monthly management fee. No questions asked. Wow. That is really cool. After trial, Okay, and it says right here the actual pricing, which we might want to kind of take out after, because I don't want them to really know. You want to tell them on the sales call. So I'm going to say remove this for now, because I don't want them on that sales call. I do want that performance guarantee though. I think that's really, really nice. I think it's cool that they added that in there. So yeah, I think we're good. We're going to have that situated. That's going to take a few minutes, but now we have our website. This is Apex Acquisition. Beautiful. We have our link. We're good to go. So now anytime somebody asks us whether we have a website or not, we do. Now, something a lot of people are going to ask me, to say, Harley, well, I've already used Lovable before in the past. How do we get rid of the Lovable app or the little Lovable icon? I'm actually going to show you guys right now. It's pretty simple. So you're going to go to the little heart icon over here. You're going to go to settings, hide Lovable badge, and you're going to click hide Lovable badge right there in the settings. Very simple, and we're good to go. It's not going to show up anymore. If you want to get a custom domain, I'm going to recommend that you guys go to GoDaddy and buy your custom domain. I'm actually going to do it live with you guys as well. Let's do this. So we're going to go to GoDaddy next. Okay, so next thing what we want to do, obviously, is if you want to get that custom name for your website, which is going to make it look a lot more professional than just saying Lovable AI at the end, you want to put in the agency name. So I'm looking for Apex Acquisition. I'm hopefully looking for apexacquisition.com. .com is always the best, guys, but if it's, I highly doubt it's available. But if it is, I'm going to snag it. So let's take a look here and see what GoDaddy has. I figured it was taken. So apexacquisition.inc, online.shop. There's a lot of people that actually have this. I'm not really sure which one I like though. I'm going to sit here and take a second to figure out which one I like, and I'll let you guys know what I end up kind of going with. Okay, so what I ended up actually coming up with is the apexacquisition.com. And as you guys can see, it's cheap. It's very cheap. And this is the same thing that you could do for all your clients. I recommend you get domain protection off, no professional email. You're going to do continue to cart, and it's going to move on to the next thing here. Okay, so as you can see here, we have the apexacquisition.com. This is the website I want. I want to buy it just for a year, which is the cheapest amount. Originally for 3 years, it was like $45. But as you can see now, we renew it for 1 year. You get 1 year of it, and we only pay $13, which is honestly pretty good. You do not need full domain protection. This is honestly a ripoff. The 365 email is actually pretty cool though. I recommend it. I'm just not going to do it in this situation because, like I said, this is just for example purposes. But so we have the Microsoft email. What that's going to do is you could do like Harley at theapexacquisition.com, which sounds professional and it looks better than just doing at gmail.com or Outlook, whatever email platform you end up using. Okay. So in this case, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm going to buy this as well. I'm going to build this into a full agency with you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to pay for this really quickly, link it to my Lovable, and get this bad boy ready to go. Let's do it. There it is, guys. We just bought the domain. Once you hit the purchase, you're going to see the apexacquisition.com is now yours. So perfect. It sent me an email. It was $13 after everything, and we're good to go. Now we officially own the apexacquisition.com, which is my agency name. Guess what we get to do now? You're going to go in here and you're say, okay, well, I want to change the domain. I'm going to add a custom domain. So now we're going to get that custom domain, and you're just going to really copy and paste your website. And you're going to paste it right here, and you're going to click connect domain, and you're going to give it a few minutes. It's going to connect with your GoDaddy. Make sure you log in to the same email that you used to buy this. I recommend making an account before anything. Authorize. I'm going to give it authorization really quickly to do so. Give it a second, click connect. It's going to take maybe 20, 30 seconds to do that. And now we have a custom domain. So now from here on out, we have the apexacquisition.com is now configured. Beautiful. Now we have a custom domain. So this does take sometimes up to 72 hours to do. Honestly, it usually takes maybe 5 minutes. It just says this long term. As you can see, look at that. It already says setting up now. So we should be good here in the next like maybe 30 to 40 seconds. It's going to take maybe a few minutes. We'll check in on that later and see how it goes. But for now, we do have our nice clean username, the apexacquisition.com. So the peak acquisition of getting leads for businesses. Boom. Done. Okay. So look at what we've accomplished it's been maybe, I think, a little bit around 30 minutes of this video so far. We have our agency name. We have the offer. We have a website made. We have the custom domain. We're locking and rolling right now, boys. So let's continue to keep on getting some work done and get this video wrapped up in under an hour so you guys can get on your way to making $10,000 months with your brand scaling agency. So we'll come back to this later, but for now, let's move on to the next step. All right, guys, so the next step is, let's say you land a client on a free trial. Your next part is really just understanding how to set up the ads as well as how to actually create the videos for the ads. So I once again have a copy and paste script here. I'm running meta ads for, I can just remove this because it already knows my niche. I'm in the same chat, right? 3 ad creatives brief should include a hook, the body, the pain, solution, CTA, and filming instructions for the business owner. Make it simple enough so they can film on phone. Let's say in this case, it's for a landscaping company, okay? And I actually want you to add a offer in there as well. Add a offer as well, because offers convert really well. So now we have how to film the ads, what they should say, and an offer. Perfect. And you can see here's the first creative right here. Does your yard look like this right now? Showing a video with the yard all messy maybe. So as you can see, it just generated us a creative ad brief. The first one says, does your yard look like this right now? It shows a messy yard. And that says, that's where we come in. Our team handles everything so your yard looks actually clean and maintained again. Right now we're offering up to $100 off in your first landscaping services for the next 10 homeowners. Tap learn more to send us a message and get a free quote. Sounds amazing. As you can see, it even gives them filming instructions, everything. And you can send this right over to your 7-day free trial client so they have a clearer idea. And the cool thing is you can have ChatGPT even make it into a PDF, make it look a little bit more professional. Amazing, right? So now we have that, and we have 3 different videos that we already have prepared for our client. And you can actually target the city as well, depending on where your client is located. I highly recommend that you mention the city in there as well. I should have said that earlier. But if they're located in, let's say, for example, Arizona, okay, and they're in Phoenix, you should say Phoenix homeowners or Phoenix, whatever, blah, 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 right? There's got to be some sort of integration of the area because that is who you're going to target. And it's kind of niching down the audience to get exactly where we want it to be, considering the campaign is usually going to be broad, which we'll get into later, okay? So now we have the 7-day free trial. We have our website. We have everything we need. And we already have ad creatives pretty much prepared for our clients and even showed how to film them step by step. Absolutely insane, guys. I'm telling you guys, look how fast we're completing this all, and we're almost ready to rock and roll. Like, it's ridiculous. Okay, guys, so the next website we're on, which I've never talked about as well, is make.com. Okay, I actually just recently found out about this. Essentially, it's like an AI automation website that can help you do things a lot faster. And you can use make.com for a whole bunch of different automations for your marketing agency. But one of the ones I actually wanted to talk about is you can actually go through here and make an automation so that every time a lead comes through for your client, it notifies them a lot easier. And so they have that fast speed to lead. And not only that, you can have the AI respond for you, or just with a prepared script that kind of includes their name and stuff like that. So it seems more personalized and it's not like an AI. That way it just kind of keeps the lead nice and warm and they don't go cold. And you can actually convert those leads a lot easier now because you're warming them up and you're having conversations with them. So we're actually going to jump into make.com here. So yeah, guys, now that we are in make.com, I just want to show you guys how cool this website actually is. There's a whole bunch of different things. Make AI agents, make AI tools. There's OpenAI, Google Sheets, Facebook page. The list goes on. And I honestly recommend that you sit there and talk to ChatGPT for a little bit and ask for recommendations of automations to make your agency a lot easier, okay? Maybe it's automatic lead follow-up. Maybe it's contacting people on Instagram. Maybe it's messaging or liking people's posts, right? Stuff like that. There's so many different things you could do here. I mean, you can check it out yourself. You could do make AI agents. You could do, let's say, Facebook pages, right? It tells you exactly what to do. There's automation for posting on all social media platforms for you, which is insane. You log in and it posts on all social media platforms. Social media comment responder, like, dude, this is insane. Look at this, sales outreach agent. This would be perfect as well. Automatically research new leads and draft personalized email replies. It checks your 7-day availability to propose meeting times, ensuring your sales team never misses a high value opportunity. This would be a great thing to incorporate into your marketing agency, guys. So there's a whole bunch of different things you can check out here. I really just want to touch on this because I think it is a very valuable website. So I'm actually about to implement this into my own agency. I just recently found out about this and I have a whole bunch of different AI agents I'm going to integrate into my agency to honestly make things a lot easier. It's my own personal one and into this one that we're creating for the sake of this video. Okay, so now we have automations in play, we have website, we have name, we have literally everything you can possibly think of, and we have the outreach dialed in, as well as that 7-day free trial with our offer doc. We are absolutely locked and loaded. So let's go move on. So something that's also really new that I want to talk about is Claude. Okay, a lot of you guys are maybe familiar with this. What we're gonna have Claude do is actually build us, let's go ahead and paste this in here real quick. Create a weekly client report template for our brand scaling agency, include ad spend, leads generated, cost per lead, next week's plan, use a data from ads manager. Okay, so you can paste it in a screenshot or something and then it'll automatically make a client report. As you can see, look, it's actually designing something for us out right now, which is absolutely insane. So think about this now. You can have professionally prepared documents for your clients made through Claude, any sort of proposals, any sort of anything whatsoever. And now you can have them nice and neat and prepared for your clients. And you can have a weekly report. You can send it to them in a document that makes it look nice and clean. It's aesthetic. It's not sloppy. It just looks nice and professional. And it'll generate us a really nice template that we can share to our clients. So I'm going to wait around for a second till this actually completes. I'm going to show you guys the final product and kind of go from there. So let's get into that. So yeah, this is going to take a little bit of time, but as you can see here, look at the top of our browser. We have our business name. We have the offer doc, website domain, automations, and now we're preparing documents for any client that wants to work with us. We can make weekly client reports or even offer sheets or even proposals with all of our information on there. And obviously you can go a little bit more in depth. These are just copy and pasted stuff that can make things a little bit easier and make your your entire process a lot faster. But as far as we've been recording for this video for, we've gotten a lot done, guys. And if you've watched this far in the video, I genuinely want to sit here and congratulate you for taking the initiative and taking the step to actually build out your marketing agency. There's serious money in this. And for the people that are watching this far and genuinely sitting here and watching every single step and following it and building agency along with me, I got to congratulate you because you're about to make a fuck ton of money with brand scaling. So without further ado, I'm going to let this sit for a little bit longer, kind of see what's going down. And then once it's complete, I'm going to show you guys the final document. Should look really nice and neat, and we'll go from there. Wow, guys, this is just a short preview, but this looks insane, yo. What? Like, this looks so good. It designed all of this for me. Dude, this is a cheat code, bro. I'm putting you guys on way too much game in this video, bro. Like, oh my goodness. You can literally upload a screenshot and it'll fill out all this stuff for you, of course. But bro, what? Dude, this is beautiful. Guys, you're welcome. You're welcome. You've built a agency within this short amount of time and you're seeing how insane AI is. Dude, you guys are set. Genuinely. I'm just going to let this sit here, but let's move on to the next step because this is going to look absolutely beautiful when I prepare it for my agency. So let's move on to the next part and continue to wrap this up. Okay, now that we have finished our report template and used Claude a little bit and messed around with it to kind of help us out with our agency as well, this is what the actual timeline looks like, okay? This is what it looks like getting to $10,000 a month. Actually looks like week by week with no shortcuts, okay? Consistency is key in this situation, right? Week 1 to 2, you're gonna launch the infrastructure that you've already completed in this video. It's already done. You've done everything you pretty much need to do now in order to launch your agency. No more procrastination, no more days sitting around, delaying your progress. You're good now, okay? Send 50 DMs a day and you're gonna book at least 3 to 5 calls minimum, all right? That's the goal, is every single day you want to at least get 3 bookings. It's possible. Try different niches, play around with, okay? Week 3 to 4, run 2 to 3 trials, generate proof, leads and or sales, depending on which niche you end up doing. Close your first client anywhere from 3 to 5K. So your first month, you should be able to get at least a 3 to 5K retainer with everything I've showed you in this video. 5 to 8, deliver for client number 1, continue your outreach, go on to the second client, do anywhere from 6 to 10K MRR. Week 9 to 12, systemize delivery, hire a VA for outreach so you can have that automated, or you can try to do make and see if you can make one for you. Add a third client and you're already at $10,000 cross just like that, which is absolutely insane, okay? Now, this is what it actually costs for all this, guys. ChatGPT Plus, which I mentioned earlier, is like $20 a month. Lovable, $20 a month, which is completely optional. Make that calm, I think it's like $9 a month. And meta ads testing, you don't pay anything. So you're really launching everything up for $50, which is insane, okay? This stuff I've showed in this video has actually replaced a lot of the AI and tools that I've used, has replaced a lot of the people in my agency. Actually, I used to hire people to make little documents, little sheets, follow up with stuff like that. It can all be done now with AI. So it's kind of taking over. And if you're not using it, and if you're not using everything I showed you in this video to your advantage, you're honestly behind, okay? Now, this is what you don't really need anymore, okay? You don't really need as many employees. You don't need office space anymore, right? You don't need to run paid ads for yourself. You obviously can in the future once your agency is fully developed. You don't need any sort of expensive software, and you obviously don't need any sort of business degree or go to school for this shit. It's all been done in this video. It's absolutely insane. So, and then your first retainer, $3,000 to $5,000, covers 60 to 100 months of operating costs. So you're good to go. Not only did you make a shit ton of profit off of one video, right? And you've learned how to build a successful marketing agency. 2, you have all your operating costs for literally years already paid for. and you're good to go. And you continue running your agency, and I'm going to continue posting insanely informational video for you guys so you can continue to scale your AI agency and continue to make money with it. So you've literally seen me build this entire marketing agency. I think this video has been around 40-ish minutes long or so, from complete scratch, and showing you how to sign $5,000 clients and more. And if you guys are looking to get this exact system implemented into your own marketing agency, or you want me to just help you build this out one-on-one with me personally, get personalized phone calls with me, get my phone number, join the community, video course, all that sort of good stuff, make sure to check out the first link down below, which is Freelance Brand Scaling. I have the best website domain out there, freelancebrandscaling.com. Check that out and apply, guys, if you are genuinely serious about taking brand scaling to the next level and working with me, not anybody else, working with me one-on-one and getting that hands-on help that you guys need to actually make a successful marketing agency. But I truly hope this video was informative and helped you guys launch your marketing agency. I would love to see what you guys have came up with down below in the comment section. Let me know your agency website names. I'll critique some of them, give you guys some pointers, do whatever you guys need to do. But I really do appreciate you guys watching this video all the way out. I think a lot of you guys, since you guys watched this video thoroughly and no one has made a video like this before on brand scaling, I think you guys are going to be really ahead of the game. And I know there's only going to be a few people who have actually watched to the end of this video. And like I said, I really got to commend you and thank you for actually taking time out of your day, sitting here and locking in and building out that agency, okay? Instead of taking weeks, months to build it out, you just built it in literally under an hour. Insane, okay? So like I said, once again, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, make sure to check out the first link down below in the description, make an application. Me and or my team will reach out to you and we'll see if you're a qualified fit. But aside from that, guys, once again, I do really appreciate you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. God bless you guys. I wish you guys the best of luck with your marketing agency. If you guys have any questions, comment them down below. I'll respond to every single one of them. I appreciate you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day and God bless. Peace.